Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna be answering Q&As. Is your name actually Rose? Wondering because I've never seen an Iraqi Rose. Yes, my name is actually Rose. I was born Rose. Yeah, I think I've met a couple of Iraqi Rose, but a lot of Kurd Rose, like Kurd Iraqi. But Iraqi, yeah, not too much. Funny thing, my mom chose Rose because there was a trending ad on TV at the time that there was Rose cookies. There was a girl that was advertising Rose cookies. It was like, this is it. It's gonna be Rose. I am 5'8", that's 173. Where was I born? In Iraq, Baghdad. How did you manage to live alone? I don't live alone. I live with all my family and my siblings. And I do make my own money from influencing, and I can live alone, but I don't see a reason to right now, but I might in the future, maybe near future, just to like expand my horizon for a little bit. ترى قرأت وكتبت بالعربي مش لايك الإنجليزي. بما إنه أنتي ملحدة وعايشة بالغرب، هل الغرب يكونون متعنصرين ضد الملحدين هناك، خصوصا المسيحيين المتدينين؟ No. There is nobody as racist and judgmental as in the Middle East. And here there is racism. We talk about racism and all of that. Obviously there's a lot of racism, but it's not even 1% of the racism in the Middle East. Like, dude, in the Middle East they kill you for being atheist. Here, honestly, they think Christians and like religious people are lame. They view Christians as lame. Like in the Middle East, they view Christians as interesting and cool because that's the liberated version of the religious. But here they view Christians as lame and boring and like regressive, right? Like extra aggressive, even though they're not even that religious. They just say, oh, I'm Christian, immediately they're viewed as lame. So yeah, no, most of the people are atheist, and yeah, they're viewed positively better than anybody with a religion. How did fame and influencer change you? I was waiting for this question. It did not. I don't think it's clicking at all. First of all, I'm not even famous, and I'm not even fame and I'm not even famous. And I'm always super surprised when I see somebody recognizing me in real life, because first of all, in real life I don't have a filter on and I don't have makeup on. How did you recognize it? Like, that's actually my thought. But and also I hate it. I get anxious. Anybody that have ever met me in real life and says like, are you Rose? Do you have an empowerment page on Instagram? This happened literally 2 days ago. I immediately went, no, not me. I was like, that's crazy. She was like, that's crazy. You look exactly like a page I follow, and she talks about empowering women. I'm like, no, not me. And then I smiled. I was like, oh my God, you have the same smile. Not me. I will immediately say not me. No matter what, I will always say not me. Even if you reference this video and say, isn't this you saying, you will say it's not me. It's not me. Obviously, for so many reasons. Main ones is just I get worried because of the things I talk about, and I have like an Arabic following now. So especially because I have an Arabic following, but even if I didn't have an Arabic following, I would say, I think I would still say no, because that girl that talked to me was actually American, like I can tell, but I still would say no, like because it makes me nervous. To be honest, I don't feel comfortable and I don't want to be perceived. I don't feel like there is any difference in my life, in real life, because nothing is really changing for me. All I'm getting money and I'm getting like this independence and stuff, but it just feels like I'm getting independence and I'm getting money. It doesn't feel like I'm famous. It doesn't, because I'm not. How old are you and are you single? I am single. And my age, I don't say on social media usually, because like unless we're like on a group chat or something. But I don't, because I have a lot of followers, percentage of women that are older than me, and I just feel like I don't want them to feel like not seen or represented. I don't want to make anybody feel not seen or represented. I don't know, I feel like it's not empowering, and it feels pick me to say my age, like, I'm so young, I'm so sexy. Like, I am sexy as fuck, but like, I don't want to be seen as my age, you know? I want to act how I feel. If I want to say something smart, I don't want anybody to be like, oh, she's 12, what does she know? And I also, when I talk and I act 12, I don't want anybody to be like, oh, she is, you know, too grown to act like this. I want to not be perceived as much as possible. I just want to be me, not any label, whether it's age or it's religion, for example, or anything of that sort. Even like things that are very normalized in society and culture to be perceived, I feel like it's a limiting tactic to limit women and people in general. So I feel like if I don't say these things, I am not limited to these things because I don't claim them as a label. Of course, to an extent, because obviously there's things that is age restrictive. In society, age is used as a label to shorthand somebody, as in assuming somebody's age is restrictive to somebody's ability, social role, and even worth. When age is tied to biology, yeah, it's important, but these restrictions are social, it's not biological. Like how you dress and how you act and whatever is just unneeded limitation. So I don't want anybody in general to limit themselves with their age of what they just want to do in life, who they want to be. There's a risk of losing the ability to feel empathy from Botox, ? Didn't feel like a question mark. I know what study you're talking about, but it's not exactly that, but yeah, there's something like that. But I never had Botox. I don't get wrinkles because I don't really move my eyebrows much. I just move my ears when I'm like reacting. I'm not like I'm against it. I have mixed feelings about it that haven't fully developed yet. It's just I'm not against people that do it. I don't know if I'm against it. It's just I don't feel like I need it right now, at least. And even if I do, I don't know if I want to. The study says the effects are mild and they usually just wear off when the Botox wears off. What do you think of feminism? I think it's the only way to be for actually both men and women. If you're not a feminist, then you are just patriarchal. There is no middle ground. Feminism is just that you have all the rights and there's no labels and no restrictions, that for yourself as a person, not just women, not just equal rights between men and women. It's all the labels and restrictions on a person made by patriarchy that is very unnatural. How do we react when come across with women that deeply in purity culture? Honestly, I get irritated too. I don't see them in real life anymore, thank God. There's no God for me. But I see them on my page because recently I've been talking in Arabic. Like, it's been less than a month, to be honest. And I've gained about, I would say, 30,000 Arab following so far. More than that. So I've been seeing a lot of Arabs, a lot of religious people, and to be religious is to be patriarchal. You can't not be patriarchal. For example, I just posted a reel, and it was just talking that I am an atheist, and like I don't believe in Abrahamic religions, and the whole comment section is people cursing me out, Arabs. Of course, there's my supporters and my followers who are, all of them are also Arabs who don't like religion. But the hate comments, I don't know the difference between if it's a man or a woman. I literally see a swear, a curse, cursing me, saying I'm a hoe, saying that all type of things that are so misogynistic and so male-centered and so patriarchal. And I was like, there's no way, like, because I'm not used to the Arab following, it's like, this is a man, and I'll click, it's a woman, every time it's a woman. Only one comment for hundreds, it's about 1,000 comments so far, and only one comment that was kind of open-minded, but also projecting and assuming that was a woman that wasn't cursing me out and was following a religion. So that was the only one, and that was the best one. And so yeah, to be following a religion, especially in the Middle East, like if you are in the Middle East, you don't really see openness as much as you do outside of the Middle East. And you can see this on not just me, like all Arab followers that are women, just open their comments and see how women are always talking shit about them, just like men, if not more. Like I was scrolling in this influencer, Iraqi, she's Iraqi, and her name is Shams. I was looking at her comments, and they're all Arab because she only posts in Arabic. And they're all talking shit about how she dresses, and she dresses honestly very modestly, worldwide, very modestly. But of course, to Arabs, if you're not covering head to toe, you're not modest, and you still would be called not modest even if you're covered head to toe, because when your eyes are showing and there's makeup and mascara on it, you are not modest. They will always find something about you, because it was never about modesty, it was never about anything religion, it was never about that. It was always about control. So when I see them, of course, I am disgusted. Sometimes I feel the need to be, what is it called? Rage baited. But I control myself and I just block. Block. The Arab misogynistic religious comments and thoughts and mindset about purity, about all of that, about religion, is billion times worse than anywhere else you will leave the Middle East. Nowhere is like the Middle East. Nowhere. Like here, you have misogyny here. You have everything here. But I used to get insults, like before I talked in Arabic last month, I used to get all the time insults in my comments, and it makes me laugh. Literally, I read it and I'm like, this is so funny. This is my reaction when I see American Westerns cursing me who are men, because they don't believe it, they don't think it's real. They just curse me because they're mad, but they don't actually believe that women are less, women should be this, women that, whatever. They're just mad that women have control, and they don't have control over women anymore because women got rights and whatever. But in the Middle East, it rages me more and I hate it more, and I don't see anything like it in the comments, because the culture actually tells them they are right. Women actually are less. Women actually are hoes and are immoral and have no values and no morals and no virtue if she doesn't follow a religion. And that's their thoughts, and they're cursing me, and they think they have morals and virtue and shit because they're cursing me while I don't have a religion. But they have a religion, so them cursing me doesn't really count. Yeah, the same thing with like killing and abusing and like beating women and whatever. It doesn't really count, because technically, you are following the religion. Like, not even like you're gonna say, oh, that's not a religion or whatever, but you are a religious, so you believe in God while you kill somebody, you believe in God while you hurt somebody, while you beat somebody. So it doesn't really count that you are a bad person. You can always just ask for forgiveness. So هل أنتِ مثلية أو فقط داعمة لل LGBTQ? I am فقط داعمة. I am only supporting because they are just people. They do nothing wrong. It's consensual, and they're just normal people who want to do whatever they want to do. Normal. I don't flinch. But again, like, because I am very exposed to it in here, so obviously I don't feel any hate. What I feel hate for is pedophile. I don't want to say it in case I can't say it, but you know I'm talking about PDF, pedophile. This is what I really hate, and I rage hate it. Nobody ever talks about it in the Middle East. Nobody, they want to hate LGBTQ to the day they die. And they kill them, they abuse them. It's like it's honor. It's within the honor of the family to kill the brother, the father, the whoever that is LGBTQ, and it's honorable. People will clap for them. It's not even a sin. It's not even illegal in some of the Middle Eastern countries. But pedophile, no, nobody talks about that. Actually, it's okay. They'll make excuses for it. Actually, all day for it. Yeah, it's just like a number. It's just whatever. Real Hahil would use religion to excuse Hahilia, because in religion, it's not a sin. God never mentioned it. God said kill the gays. He didn't say kill the pedophile. He didn't say nothing about that. He was slick with that. He actually gave examples of the prophets interacting funnily with children. But we're not going to talk about that today. Where is your necklace from? The big silver one. This one is a part of a set. This, I'm not wearing the ring, but it comes with a ring and the earrings also. This, and it's white gold, not silver, with diamonds. And one of the diamonds I actually broke off. See it right here in the middle? I broke it because I was stupid. I slept with it, I think, or I showered with it. I think I was showering and I just kept it on, and it fell off. I'm like, what the fuck? Imagine just falling a diamond in the shower. I can't tell you where it's from because it's custom made, and from Syria, I believe, the designer. I know nothing about it. It's just part of a set. You can ask for it. You can show them this design. Look, show them this design and custom make it. So there is nobody that has this because it is literally custom made for me. This question is in Arabic, but I'll just say it in English. How do you interact with your family that is in the Middle East, or do you just not talk to them? I personally don't really talk to them personally, but my mom talks to them. I just nothing really. I didn't grow up with them really, so I kind of left when I was like 6-ish. So yeah, I just don't know them. I never interacted. I don't feel like I'm against interacting. If they saw me and they DM'd me, I've talked to one of them before. He was like a first cousin and he wanted to marry me, so that wasn't it. Not for me, so no. But I feel like the girls were cool. I don't know, they can DM me, I don't care, but I don't think we would be the same because they just lived there all their life and they probably got married at like 17 or 16, and I don't really think we have anything in common. شلون طلعتي أهلك الخارج لو انتو طلعتوا كلكم? Yeah, we all came together as a refugee, and because we're like under a protected group, so just be a protected group and get out. I don't know. A lot of you ask, how do you get out? I'm gonna need to make like a video specifically for that, so you could get out either as a refugee or education or a job, and I'll have to make a video of this. There's like a million questions. I'm just doing them randomly. شنو بداية حياتك? What was it like growing up? شلون اكتسبتي أفكارك تتقبلين الاختلاف? I was born and raised in Iraq and like in the Middle East in general. Then we left to Jordan. So as a child, my mother wasn't always super feminist, and she's not all the way there, but she is very much close to where I am. But I was never raised religious. Like we never did anything for religion or like fear of religion or anything of that sort. If anything, we would do something because we're culturally forced to do it, not because it's about religion. Religion was never really respected in my household. That's not something really wild in Iraq. A lot of Iraqis are actually atheists, but they're just born into religion and they're just like going through the motion, but they don't really respect religion for real, and they don't follow religion, and they view religious people as weirdos. So it's not like it's just my family and like this is wow, like I'm just painting the Iraqi average household is not really religious. My mom was the breadwinner, she's a doctor, and even though she wasn't super feminist, like obviously because you're growing up in a super misogynistic world and you're raised to be told like you're half of a man, your laws are everywhere, it's just you are half of a man, you have to follow laws, you have to follow the culture, everything, you are half of a man legally and culturally. Of course she carries some of the misogynistic things, but me as a child, seeing that my mother is a doctor and the world is saying, but women can't, women are stupid, women need a man. When my mother says something misogynistic, even as a child, I'm like, but you're a doctor, but you get most of the money. You are smarter and more independent and more of everything than any man I know and you know. So why are we pretending like women need protection from men, women are half of a man, when you are an example that I can see is women are, if not equal, better than men. I remember my mom's face when I said that. I was like, but you're a doctor. It's like she was shocked in a way, in a little bit, that I said that, because she wasn't fully clicked that actually, yeah, I am a doctor, yeah, I am this, I am educated, so I am actually better than a lot of men we actually know, if not all. Because I have seen the example of a really educated, independent, capable woman in my life as a child, I didn't absorb the cultural and religious and regressive things that are told and taught to women, because I had the example of the contrary. So absorbing that as a child, I always rebelled against gender roles and things that are normalized in the household, that women should do this, women should serve men. I always rebelled against that. I was like, I'm not doing this. I remember I was like 13 when we first like came to the United States, and my mother was saying like, oh, pick up the dishes and wash them after lunch, after we all ate. I'm like, I'm not picking up their dishes. They have hands, because my brothers would get up and leave the dishes, as the woman should pick them up and wash them. And to my mom, this is just what you do, because if you let men pick them up, they will become gay. They will literally, like a lot of the things, like it was taught to you like that, their masculinity will go disappear and somehow they will become gay. I'm like, why does this have to do anything with being gay? So it was really funny. And even like some a lot of things she does, like with my brothers, like she wouldn't buy them colorful or light colors of clothes because it would make them gay. I don't know, it's so why would she think that? But whenever we go shopping and I go shopping with her, I'm always trying to get them colorful clothes. After a lot of retaliation, I would never pick up the dishes. I would pick up my dish. I might pick up her dish, my sister's dish, but I would never pick up the boys' dishes. They would sit right there. And even she yells, she gets mad, she acts hysterical, she acts like, okay, I'm gonna go get them. I'm gonna go pick them up and wash them. You go pick them up and wash them. I'm not doing it. You wanna be slave to men, you wanna be acting like you are less than men, you are an extension to men, you have to center men because you are less, because their masculinity is fragile, that they can't not be gay while being independent and doing normal human behavior that doesn't enslave women. You go do it, not me. And a lot of people suffer, like Arabs suffer from the guilt of parents guilting them into like doing things. For example, I get all the time DMs and in my comments saying women would put the hijab on, even they hate it, but their parents would act hysterical, like they would die. Like if you took your hijab off, they would die. It was like, tell her to die. Tell her, fine, I'm taking it off. What you gonna do? You're gonna die? Die. Literally be as aggressive as like it has nothing to do with you, and you are not attached. You are disattached. You are independent mentally. So all the guilt they're trying to put on you even though they don't believe it. They don't believe it. Let me tell you, this is just a control tactic. They don't believe it at all. Like, at least a huge part of them don't believe it. They just want to see you being controlled because they fear seeing you free. Coping mechanism, but like a fear tactic. She cannot get over it, okay? But your life is never gonna come back. Your youth is never going back. Your childhood is never going to come back. She's going to make you wear hijab, whatever, when you're like 9 and 8, and then all your teen years. And for what? For what? Why are you being forced to do something you don't want to do just because she's guilting you? And it's all fake, and you know it's fake, and she knows it's fake. It's just get up and do it. And what she's going to do, all she's going to do is cry about it for like a day. Fuck him all. And I'm telling you, it feels like you're being selfish, but the fact is you're not being selfish. You're stopping from becoming a people pleaser and finally prioritizing yourself. This is building personality for yourself and self-respect for yourself. Do I accept different people? Type of the second part of the question. Yeah, I'm fine with them. I'm not gonna, like, especially if they are different but they are not wrong. So for example, they are not misogynistic, they are not creepy, they are not anything that is gonna oppress me. So they're not gonna come here and be like, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're gonna go to hell. Obviously I'm not gonna accept you. Go fuck yourself. I read a lot of comments of women who are different than me, but they are trying to learn, they are trying to evolve, they are trying to question things. Of course, yeah, I'm super cool, I'm super lit, like as long as we can talk and we can discuss and we can evolve together, because I don't have everything figured out. I know there is misogynistic things I do, but at least I know they're misogynistic. I'm never gonna claim that they are empowering. So as long as they know it and they want to evolve with me, I'm so cool with it. Let's all exchange conversations and critique things and evolve. I love that. But if they're just here trying to convince me on their bullshit, they can eat shit. What made you decide to include Arabic more in your recent videos? Genuinely wondering. Honestly, I made a second account, like a backup account on my TikTok. I always post things that are very deeper in subjects and strict about like religion and feminism and stuff like that. But I have so many layers and I want to express everything, you know, just it's fun. I wanted to just make Arabic jokes because obviously it's related to me. Like I speak Arabic a lot of the time. And so I know a lot of like memes in Arabic and a lot of cultural funny things I can make fun of in Arabic. And like Americans don't really know this because obviously I have two cultures, and I wanted to express a different layer about me in that different account. And the account actually gained way more following way faster than my main account. It's like almost 8,000 right now. I made it last month. So because of that, and then I had a lot of great engagement, but not from like gross, disgusting, misogynistic people. It was actually, because it's TikTok, it's more of the people that wants to see your content. It was feminist women that are just like me, but Arab, that speak Arabic, that are still stuck in the Middle East, or they are here in the West, but they can't express themselves because their family is regressive, or they are around an Arabic culture. For example, Detroit, it's filled with us, basically an Arabic country. So they're surrounded with like so many spaces with Arab, and they can't escape it, and they can't talk, and it's just like the Middle East basically, but in the West. When they saw my videos, they're like, oh my god, an Arabic woman that actually knows what we feel and is speaking in Arabic, what the hell? New accounts usually don't get as much views. The videos immediately popped. So I'm like, this is so cool, and I would get hundreds of comments of these type of women that are just like me, like I relate a lot to. Really smart discussions, and I even made like a group chat for them to all join together and like talk freely. And yeah, it's like, it's almost 1,000 of them in these groups right now. But right now I am thinking of like dialing it down just a little bit now, because when I post on Instagram, it's a little bit different than TikTok. I am attracting all types of Arabs when I speak in Arabic. And I made a video that was like a joke, Iraqi, and attracted all types of Iraqis that I do not relate to, who are very aggressive. Like literally I was wearing shit like this. I was like, why is she naked? Why did you have to say a joke while naked? I'm like, what is this disgusting shit? And I was so disgusted. And it wasn't just men, like I would read this from men, and then I would see women liking his comment. I would never see this. And in English, like speaking joke or content or whatever, I would never see women, 50% of them, liking a misogynistic comment. Never. Okay? So I was like, I'm checking the likes, and it's 50% women, 50% men. And the vomit just came up to my mouth. Like, what is this trash that I am attracting from this video? So I got really mad, because as a feminist that really wants to empower women, I don't want to see women that are just like men, who are misogynistic. And I know a patriarchal society would never thrive without misogynistic women, because this is for 50% of the population. So without these misogynistic women, patriarchy would actually never exist. So yeah, I know there's a lot of misogynistic women in the Arabic, the Middle East. But yeah, what do you appreciate most in your life? Yourself. I appreciate most my family and my liberation, my freedom, my mindset, my independence, and my career, my education, and my voice. Do you hate all men or just the pick-me jealous ones of you? I don't hate all men. There is allies, there is men who are feminist. Of course, usually they, even the feminist ones, don't have the range of a feminist woman, but there is a lot of allies who, I can't keep around me to just, you have a broader range of thinking. When you have different types of people and from different backgrounds around me, what is it called? DI? It's like that when you are inclusive of all types of people who are trying to be better people. I have brothers, for example. They are, of course, not as feminist as me, but they are very much very open-minded and very inclusive and very feminist even. And sometimes, like, I talk to them, they both raised something that I was like, wait, this is a good point. I didn't think of that. And it was a feminist point. So yeah, sometimes they do share that was missing nuance. But they are still, very understanding that women and men are equal. And there is no difference at all, mentally or capability of any sort. What is my education? I studied business marketing, and I also studied a lot of broad things that has to do with psychology that I always had interest in. I want to finish my studies in law and political science. This is one of the main things that I find very interesting is politics. I want to make a difference politically. I want a job that I can make a difference in either country, like the United States or Iraq. I have a lot of hope. I want to create more peace and create more development in our countries. What do I think of body hair? How do I interact with body hair? I don't care, even though it's very, for me, like I'm very hairy and the hair is very visible because I'm pale, with my hair is super black, but I don't really care as much. I didn't like wax for like almost a month, and it was summer and I was wearing like mini skirts and I don't really care. I don't think about it, but I did wax recently. That like in some places, oddly, I think it looks better with hair. So maybe I will evolve. I don't know. Like for example, I did my hand. You can see patches. Some patches with hair, some without. I did it, and then my wax, like my sugaring. I was doing sugaring. It's finished. I can't use it anymore. So I'm like, whatever. And I just like, I'm done. I don't feel like finishing. So like, just to give you an image of, I don't really think about it. Like, I do it if I feel like it. If I don't feel like it. Every time I feel low self-esteem, I watch your content. Thank you for sharing. You guys always send me stuff like that. You're so cute. I'm so glad you feel that way. I saw one of the things saying, like, I unfollowed you once because you said something about religion, and then after a while I refollowed you because I started feeling not confident, and you are the only person that would make me feel confident. I was like, oh, well, welcome back. You know something I don't like that I'm seeing a lot after I started, speaking in Arabic, is a lot of people would say, oh, I followed you for your looks, oh, I followed her for her looks, whatever, not what she says, as if like, of course they do mean it in a degrading way, but they also think I should be flattered. And I feel disgusted, to be honest. I hate it. And when I see somebody that would comment about my looks and the video is not about my looks at all, I feel annoyed. I feel disgusted, and I actually block them. I block the comment that says whatever about my looks, and I'm not speaking about looks, because it's just I don't want people to follow me for my looks. Yeah, I get it, it's nice, whatever, like, you can be here for my looks, but not only for my looks, because that's misogynistic. That's what men do. And as women, if you're doing that as a woman, you have a lot of internalized misogyny that you haven't worked on. We as women should evolve from looks, because it's very limiting. I personally want to evolve from looks. I've evolved, but of course not fully. And I don't want that type of energy in my comments. I don't want to read it. I don't want to feel it. So I don't want that limitation in my page. So I do actually block people for complimenting me. What's your opinion on marriage? To be honest, for like all my life, even growing up as a child, I always viewed marriage as like a survival action. Like, women only would get married for survival. I never viewed men as somebody to love or somebody to, not because it's taught. Like, I lived a normal life, everything, because like I would see Disney movies, and I would see, like, as a child, I would see women get married, and you're pushed to the same content because you're so limited in these countries, and even outside of the Middle East, even here in the West, marriage is treated as survival. If you are looking at it without the rose-colored glasses. If you have money, if you have independence, if you have financial independence, I really didn't feel like you should get married. I never felt like I should get married, because like, I have the money now. Why do I want a man to spend on me? Now I see it as something that is limiting and like a self-abandonment type of action. But of course, not always. There's exceptions. And there's like good men that can improve your life, not just financially but also mentally. ما شاء الله حبيتك، شكلك حلو، ستايل، حياتك كلها طاقة إيجابية. Compliments about my energy I can appreciate. شنو تشتغلين؟ وهم نصيحة للبنات. So my job is influencer. That is my main income. I just get money from all of the social media platforms, and I have a business in real life, and I also study. Advice for women, I would say educate yourself, be financially liberated, and educate yourself as in like in all aspects, not just in like going to college. Educate yourself in things that society tells you is normal. Challenge societal norms and be financially independent is very important. What kind of man was your dad? Progressive or like most Arab men? Love and respect you deeply. So I don't talk much about my dad for different reasons, but he was normal. He wasn't regressive at all. But of course he had a lot of patriarchal nafkha. What is that? What is it called? Sees himself as better than women, of course. But I don't remember him doing anything misogynistic. Like, for example, sexualizing me, you know, as all Arab regressive fathers do, like, oh, cover yourself because you are like a sex object, and you know, the more they try to cover you, the more they are actually sexualizing you. And I don't remember him doing anything like that. I don't remember him controlling me or anything. I think he just kind of lets mom do the raising. He didn't live for long enough, you know. But your opinion on trans women, they deserve rights. What radicalized you? So this one, when I learned about this book, When God Was a Woman, which is taught you that women were in power, women were in authority, and the world was matriarchal. Women were the most people who are held power, like not in all, like there was no space for a man, like something like 60-40, so 60% women actually were in power. Women were gods, women were seen as gods, and the world was held in a matriarchy, right? Like the calendar was based on women's periods, the moon calendar. That's how it was until patriarchy took over, which is only by force. Like they just raped and killed a woman. That made me like give up on religion, and religion is patriarchal, religion is trash, and we were actually in power. Women weren't less. Religion saved women, religion honored women. Actually, way before religion and way before patriarchy, women were in power, women weren't enslaved by men. And women actually were honored, not fake honored, how religion actually puts it. Learning about NINHURSAG and ENKI, which is the original story of Adam and Eve, and how it was much longer than just the story of the classic, the snake and whatever. And it was more detailed, and how it was reversed. When I learned it was reversed, and it was the fault of the man, not the woman in the fault, and the woman actually saved him, and she did not come from his fucking rib. I read a scholarly work about it, a few of them, I'll link in this video, and it really made me like, oh wow, so it really was all fake, and it was just cope. They're fucking jealous of women creating life. They're jealous of women being in power, and they want to make women less, and they're mad that woman gives birth to men. So now they switched it, they made him give birth to her, and just the whole story just really moved me. This story and the fact of that book together, it really made me, okay, we are the furthest thing from submissive and inferior and need protection from men. This is all taught to us, and that really radicalized me, and it made me think more, research more, and that's what really lit the fire. Other than the fire was kind of already smoking as when I was like a child, and seeing my mother, a doctor, in a world that says women are half a brain. So a lot of you are asking, like, are you Christian, Assyrian, Chaldean? So there's a reason I'm not answering these things, because first of all, it's actually irrelevant when it comes to what I'm saying, because I was raised in a Muslim country, in Sharia law, and I was surrounded in only Muslim, thinking, where you can't really do anything that Islam doesn't allow you. So even if I was Christian, even if I was this, and even if I wasn't, either way, we had the same rules we have to follow. Society give you the same rules. Society taught you the same things. Schools are Islamic and everything. So it really doesn't really matter. And also saying that will put me in more danger. So I don't really wanna bring attention to that. And other than this and that, I do believe it's another label that would limit me, like being perceived in a specific light, and I don't want to be perceived as anything. I just want to say my thoughts and be safe, not be labeled as something. Some people idolize you for something, and then some people see you less as something just for their ignorance, and I don't really need that label. you know? So I do actually advise that you don't label yourself, especially if you are in social media, and also in general, unless you really have to. Like, you are surrounded by people that would kill you if you're not a specific label. I would go as far as say you should lie to save yourself, obviously. Like, what the fuck. I actually made a video, a reel about this. Arabs should just say they're Christians, so like other Arabs would stop harassing them about how they dress and whatever, because like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, in the Middle East they view Christians as the liberated ones in the Middle East. They are the cool ones, they are the whatever, so they view you in an idolized way, in a better way, and they think you're better actually. And because that's the liberal form of the Middle East. So I actually said, if you don't want to be judged, if you don't want to be harassed, if you want to like have a freedom and even more freedom of basic speech and stuff like that, lie and say you're Christian, born Christian, not converted. Obviously you'll be killed for that. Born Christian, your parents obviously, you know. And just like find a way to convince your family to say that. Just say, like, don't actually convert to anything, but just to save yourself. Do you read DMs? I message you all the time. I actually read all the DMs. It's actually crazy. I would sit for like an hour and read all the DMs. Sometimes when I see it's a man and it's like it starts with a zahif or it starts with like, you know, whatever. No, I don't read it. I do judge based on if you are a man. But if like woman, no, I actually read all the DMs. And I remember your PFP, like your profile picture, and I see you re-DMing me about different things and your ideas and whatever, and your reaction about my post. I see you. I remember your PFP and I see you commenting, and I remember what you DM'd me. Okay, so don't think nobody's reading that. I'm reading that. And I recognize you and I remember you. شنو اللي خلاكي تحبين نفسك وتوثقين بنفسك؟ You do what you say you do. You do what you say you will do, you want to do, you do it. Okay? And you stand up for yourself. Stand up, like, against your family. Stand up against your friends. Stand up against people. Just stand up. Don't, no matter what it is, stand up for yourself. These things will really make you feel confident and love yourself and feel this peaceful energy toward yourself. Is because you stood up for yourself and you did what you said you will do. Okay, so keep your promises towards yourself and respect yourself enough to stand up no matter who it is. Okay, no matter who would be hurt, no matter the consequence, find a way, find a community, your people, find people to speak with. I remember like growing up, like I would do and say things that is limiting for me, and one day my mom was like, oh, you changed, you were never like that, like just randomly on a day, and I was like, yeah, I changed. And he was like, what made that? I was like, this is a new me, that's it. Like, but you were, that's it. And then the conversation is over, and that's just became the new me. I have a video about that actually. How did your family become all atheist? You're so lucky. Honestly, so I started with my mother. She read the books, so she actually opened the books. She opened it's not translation, it's like the understanding, the other book that you understand every section of the holy books, and she opened both of them and she read exactly what it is and what they actually meant by that line, and she felt like this is disgusting, and it was disgusting, and she just said this is not it, this is not for me. And she's open in the house and she talks about it and we talk about it, and so yeah, just education. And it started with my mom educating herself, and then I would educate myself from what I learned from my mother, and then I do further research, and then I read these lines and these like quotes from the holy books, and I was like, this is so disgusting, this is so degrading, this is so disrespectful. And yeah, this is in Arabic, but I'll say it in English. Your content is just about saying that women should be free no matter their background, their religion, their country, their family, and they don't belong to a man. And I respect that, and I relate to that. Yeah, that's true. They are only mad because they think you are against religion. So it's not so much as me against religion, it's religion is against women. It's religion who's against people. Religion said kill this. Religion said kill them, kill the LGBT. Okay, so it's religion that says women shouldn't do this, women are not allowed, women are... So it's not me against religion or religious people. It's just religion is against women, and I'm just talking about feminism. And obviously when I'm talking about feminism, it will clash with religion because they are against each other. This is saying women should and women can do anything, women are not labeled as anything. And this is saying women belong to a man, women should do this, women have to do this, women, if women don't do this, they're going to hell, they're gonna get abused, they should get abused, whatever. Do you know? Okay. What do you think about hijabi feminist? So the thing about feminism is it's a journey, right? So you can do things that are not feminist, and I do things that are not feminist, but I don't say they are feminist. I don't say they are empowering, right? So this is the only thing. So you can be in your journey of feminism, and you can be in your journey of liberation and finding your worth, finding the best version of you, a version that is not limited to an ideology. We all make choices that are not feminist, even when we are in the journey of feminism. So because there's things you have to choose out of survival, and these are not something I'm gonna hold against you. You are surviving in a patriarchy where you can't not do something patriarchal, right? And that's fine. We all have to survive. That's number one. It's wrong to say things that are patriarchal is empowering. For example, like OnlyFans or like sex work or the beauty industry and stuff like that. And all of these are limitations for women. Don't say it's empowering. You can choose to do it. You can choose, it will make your life easier in patriarchy. I get that. But you can't say it's also empowering because there are women who are forced to do it, who are beat to death for not doing it. Thank you for watching this video. Like and share so other people can find this channel and help them. And see you soon.